Hey y'all, I'm Val from Our Forever Farm. I'm doing something today that's been requested a lot, and I just now have the opportunity to do it. So y'all know how I love cast iron skillets. My kids bought me some for me, and I'm doing some as a gift. So I'm gonna redo these. You can see how they are on the back. These are the two big ones. So when I get through, they should look like new, except maybe for that rust. I may have to really work on that. Now, I've got a lot of little ones that I'm not sure I'll get to today, but I really want to do them. So we'll get started on them. I am excited about today. I'm excited about doing these iron skillets. So what I use is, first of all, you need some gloves. And then I like to have a little wire brush. This is a soft wire brush, but it is a wire brush. I like to have something like this, but if I need a dishcloth, I will use an old one. So gloves, something like this, a wire brush, something like this, and I'm using avocado oil today. So let's get busy. I was starting to say, let's get to cooking. Let's get busy. So the first thing I do is I just run some lukewarm water in here, and yes, I use soap. These need to be cleaned really good. They're cold pans. They're not gonna soak up the soap. Back in the old days, they did warn you not to use soap, but now soap is made differently, and look, can y'all see that rust coming off? I think it's gonna come off. I'm excited. So we're just gonna clean these up really good with soap. Soap and water. See why I like this? Because it can go in the curve of the pan. You can already see a lot of that rust is gone.
Now, there's many people that debate on using soap or not. Back in the day, it had lye in the soap, and it was harsh and hard on iron skillets, and they cooked over a fire and things like that. Now, it's not so harsh, and my grandma Cochran used it, and I use it. I just don't see a problem with it. If your iron skillets are seasoned good, it is not going to hurt it. Now, we're washing these in the cold pans. When you warm your pans up, it's going to open the pan up like it's got pores, like it's got open pores that's going to soak everything in. If they're cold, those pores are closed up. Every time I bring an iron skillet back to life, that's what I feel like I'm doing, bringing it back to life. I try to think, wonder how many generations this pan went through. Wonder how many kids it fed. Wonder how many women passed it down to their daughters. And then somehow they ended up in a yard sale. It's kind of sad when you think about an estate sale or a yard sale and something that's been in families generation after generation, and then just eventually, you know, nobody really understands the value of something like this. But there is a lot of value in it, and this pan will last for generations. I mean, lots of generations. When I look at a pan like this that's found in a yard sale or an estate sale, I see somebody like my grandma Cochran or my granny Gribble or their mothers that I didn't even know. I mean, that's what I see. I see life. So if you can't lift the iron skillet or cook in it anymore, remember your children. Remember your children's children.
So look at this. Now, it's wet. That's why it looks like it's seasoned. It's not seasoned yet. This is just wet. But you can see there's a few spots right there, and I will keep on till I get them. And we'll keep rinsing it and soaping it up and rinsing it and soaping it up until we get it as perfect as we can. Still see a little rust spot right there. Now, I don't get mine perfect. So right now, I'm just gonna put it over here to dry. Now, if it was seasoned, you wouldn't let it dry like that. Now we're gonna work on this one. You can see how dirty it is. It's got a little bit of rust on it. So I'm gonna get busy on it.
I keep saying a wire brush. I don't want you to think it's a hard wire brush. This is something I bought at the grocery store in the dishwashing section. It's made for pans. It's a soft wire. It might not even be wire, but it's a stiffer texture. It's something that you can really clean a pan with, but not scratch it. Now, my personal choice is not to use a SOS pad or a Brillo pad. I just choose not to because I feel like that's too harsh for iron skillets. Our best friends, Eddie, he used to love iron skillets like me. He loved them. And he would take a fire, build a big campfire. And a lot of people back in the old days, that's what they did. But he would, like, if he found one at a yard sale, he'd take that pan and he would burn the stuff off of it. And then he'd wash it up real good. And then he'd season it. And he'd do the same thing over and over till he got it just like he wanted it. There's different ways to do this. I just prefer the easy way.
So this one actually was worse than the other one. So I'm gonna dry these off and I'm gonna let them sit here. Sweet Hunter and I are gonna run to lunch real quick. These will dry and be ready for me to season when I get back. But you can see they're not perfect, but they're a lot better, a whole lot better. There is one little place right here and I'm hoping that's not a crack. I don't think it is. It's been hit hard. Now, iron skillets will crack and they will break. So I'm gonna get busy on the others when we get back and I'm gonna dry these off right now. This one's in really rough shape. I'm not sure this one is doable. It's been abused, I believe, but I'm gonna keep trying. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these over on the eye, dry them with a drying towel. I'm gonna set them on the eye while we run and eat. We haven't ate today, so we're gonna run and eat. And then when I get back, I'll show you what I'm gonna do with these. They already look a whole lot better. While I'm waiting on Sweet Hunter, I'm gonna go ahead and get busy on these real quick. He is not here yet.
So one of the main reasons that more people don't use iron skillets is because they're heavy, and they are. The other reason is they think they're hard to keep clean. If your pans are seasoned, and I'm talking about that means you cook in them, they're gonna be good. Now here these are drying on the stove. You can see that one's in rough shape. Now I'm showing you all they're drying.
So I just showed you these close up. This one does not look good at all. I think it's been really abused, but I'm gonna try to season it. I've scraped it and got everything off. Now, the way I do iron skillets is, it may not be the way you do it or the way you're taught or the way you wanna do it. So you do you, and this is the way my grandma Cochran did hers. This one looks pretty good. I'm excited about it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn the eyes on and heat these pans up. When you heat the pans up, they soak in whatever's in them. So I'm gonna get them warm now, and then I'll add the oil and we'll season it for the first time. Not sure about this one at all. Now, these will probably do good. So we will just set them right there and go ahead and warm them up. okay, and then we have the small ones that we'll just set on there a little bit later. This one would be nice to put a steak on it and serve it, or fajitas. This would be real nice. So let's go ahead and put it on the heat too. So we got 5 eyes going. We're going to warm the pans up. And like I say, if this is not the way you want to do it, don't do it. I'm not sure about this one. Woo, it's already warming up. So, yeah, this one's got a lot of smoke coming. So this one's not going to be good. Somebody has abused this one. I'm going to turn this one off. We're going to chunk it. It's just some have been abused so much. And you can see that it's just been abused so much. See it? It's just scraping. And it's also smoking really bad. See where somebody's just abused it? So we'll just set that aside. These, I'm going to go ahead and probably, let's see if they're warm. These are warm, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the eyes off. And we're going to add some oil. Now, I'm using avocado oil. You can do olive oil. You do not want to put much. Have you ever saw an iron skillet that's like sticky on the inside? It's because they put too much oil. So, this is brand new. Let's see how this does. Let's put just a little bit. Now, this one's a little rusty. I don't know how it's going to do. You just want to put a little bit. You do not want to put too much oil. Avocado oil is like a neutral oil. It doesn't have a taste. Once these are seasoned, I know this one's going to work, the more you cook in it, the better it will be. So right now I'm going to get a paper towel and we're just going to smooth this around. I've got my oven preheating at 350. So I'm going to do the first one and we're just going to smooth it around. I want you to look at that. Is that not beautiful? And we'll do the outside too. So you want to make sure and not have too much oil in here. Look at that, how pretty. If you haven't tried avocado oil, you might want to try it. I use it a lot in my cooking. And let's see if I can find a pot. Doubt I have a pot holder. Let's go ahead and just see if we can get this in every little crevice here. Sit there. Remember how rusty this one was? I hope you can see it. We're gonna try it and see if we can get it done. Now, if you're not real careful with paper towel, you will leave lint on it, so you don't want to do that. So, I'm not sure that's gonna do. See all the rust? So, I don't take any chances if I don't think they're doable. This one has some spots on it, but I still think it might do fine. Look at that. I mean, it's gonna have some spots on it, but it's not bad. Look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, we want to do this one again, make sure we don't have any or too much oil in it. This one is really doing good. Now we're gonna do the outside too. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So we're gonna put these in the oven for about 20 minutes maybe.
We are so thankful that we have iron skillets from both of our grandparents. It means a lot. We're very thankful.
So we're going to let them stay probably about 20 minutes in the oven. Another thing I have heard about avocado oil is it doesn't smoke up easy. I don't really understand everything about it, but it says it can take heat up to 500 degrees. I really like that when you don't want to have a taste of olive oil in your food, this is great. Sometimes I like the olive oil. Okay, this one right here is going to go to a thrift store, and I hope that somebody finds it and can restore it. I can't. So don't feel bad if you can't do it. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to just put a little oil on my paper towels, just a little bit.
So I'm going to season up these tiny little iron skillets just like I would a big one. They are so cute. It's so funny. I was thinking, what can you do with these besides a decorative piece? And then I got on Facebook. I think they know what you're thinking. And I saw a post on these tiny iron skillets. There was many people that had many ideas about this. But the one that got me was a spoon rest. I think that is such a good idea.
These, because I'm going to put them in a little pan that I've got in the oven. And what happens when you put these in a hot oven for a few minutes is the oil, olive oil, avocado oil, it just sinks into a hot pan. Now we've got to do this one, and you know, this one probably could be cooked in maybe an egg or something if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't do it. I'm doing this for a gift. So all I'm doing is dressing it up and getting it fixed. And the person I'm going to give these to in about a week, I hope. I hope you're watching. I hope you enjoy them. I love my iron skillets. And like I say, these are some I had that I just haven't seasoned. And I wanted to do this for a special young lady. Look how pretty that is. See how pretty? So I'm gonna put these in the oven. And we'll check back when they're done. We may have to season them 2 or 3 more times. We'll see. So once again, I want to thank you all that left sweet comments and prayers for us during this hard Thanksgiving. We are going to get back to cooking here in just a few days. Y'all give me some grace on that. We have an air fryer. The same people, oh, I wish I had the box here, up here. I think it's Ramjoy, I think. The same people that gave me the toaster to try sent me an air fryer. I have not even opened it. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and that's probably what we're gonna do next. And I'll be back in the cooking mood then. So I'm just filling in some beers, end of the year, Christmas. I'm hoping to be making some goodies. We have a very, very, very busy time. Not parties and stuff like that. We just have a very busy season this month. And we're excited, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the bloopers. If you didn't see that, that was a lot of fun. I've been working on that video for quite a while. I didn't even get approval from Sweet Hunter about his singing one. So if you haven't saw that, make sure and look that up. I'll link it in the description box in this video. But once again, be sure and look for the air fryer. I have never cooked in an air fryer. And so I'm gonna be learning, and I hope y'all can help me out with some recipes, and we're gonna learn together.
So if you've got any air fryer recipes that you'd like to see me do, will you send them to me? Just put it in the comment section and I will try to do them. I'm very excited about this gift. Ramjoy.
So here is the small ones. They did great. Let's see if it's too hot for me to pick up. Ooh, pretty hot. Let's see if I pick it up. So that looks great. Both of these look great. I'm really proud of these. Now I seasoned these twice and put them back in the oven. And then let's go over and see the rest of them. So here are the small ones that I seasoned. They worked out great. This will be great for fajitas, or you know what? I thought this right here, that would make a good grilled cheese sandwich pan, wouldn't it? Sure would. Look at that. Let's see if I can get this one up. They're still warm. I love them. I just love them. It's great. Now here's the back of the big one. It did great, just great. I'm gonna have to put the camera down to show you the front. Let's see if I can pick it up. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Just beautiful. Now the more you cook in these pans, the better they will be. This one right here is wonderful. I couldn't ask for anything to turn out better. I think that is beautiful, just beautiful. So I'm gonna let these sit out and cool, and then they'll be ready to give as a gift. I just think they're beautiful. I love them. Let's look at them one more time.
So re-seasoning these iron skillets is just another way to bring us all back home. What I see when I see that skillet right there is a pan of fried potatoes sitting on the stove, and Sweet Hunter coming and grabbing a piece of cornbread. These turned out just beautiful. Bringing us all back home is just a way to get us back to the basics, get us back to the simple things. I think these turned out beautiful. I hope it brought back many memories for you. And maybe you don't have memories of an iron skillet. Why not try to make you some memories? Make some memories for your children. Iron skillets will bring you back home. Keeping things simple like fried potatoes and cornbread, that's what it's all about. Simple. Back to the basics.
So if you have never cooked in an iron skillet, it is my favorite cookware. Yes, some of it's heavy. If you can't lift it, I totally understand that, because there'll come a day when I can't either. That one big one is heavy. But if you've never cooked in an iron skillet, get you a small one. Iron skillets just make everything good. I hope this helped y'all. I hope it helped you to understand there are different ways. Some people say not to use soap. Some people say it's okay. My grandma Cochran did it, so that's good enough for me. I have about 3 or 4 favorite ones that I have, and they're seasoned all the time because I use them all the time. So just know that every time you cook in it, you're seasoning it, like we just did these that were in really, really rough shape. So it's fun. Just seeing transformation. It's like finishing furniture. You know, when you go to the thrift store or yard sale and you find a piece of furniture and you see what it could be, but you don't know if you can do it or not. That's what I see when I see iron skillets. And that one, I knew I couldn't do it. Let's get it and look at it. So I know that this one's not doable. It's not doable. Not to me. Now somebody else that wants to take it and put it in a fire and all that stuff, you know, I don't want to put it in a fire. So I don't mind doing what I did today. This is beautiful. It works beautiful for me. Make sure you dry your iron skillets good after you use them, and not just with a hand towel, with heat. If your oven has been on, stick it in the oven, dry it. Then take your oil with a paper towel or a cloth. Don't rub too hard with a paper towel. It will get little fuzzy things on it, and you don't want that. But the more, whoo, that's hot. The more, let's see if I can get the more you cook in these, the better they'll be. So we're gonna put the ugly one down. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad that I couldn't fix that, because I wanted it beautiful like this. Isn't this beautiful? just beautiful. Remember, don't put too much oil in it. Do not put, it'll be sticky. It'll dry sticky. This is still soaking it up, so these are gonna sit out a while. Hey, y'all go cook something. Find you an iron skillet at a yard sale and redo it. It's fun.